What's going on here? This can't be just normal traffic. I'm so glad I'm on the bike. One-way traffic. I have an exciting update for you. A few days ago I posted a picture of me at the Isle of Man from 2 years ago and asked, do you think a last minute solo trip to the TT is a good idea or a bad idea? I liked how all of you went, oh, of course it's a good idea. You're gonna make so many friends. Well, that's one thing I really am not too worried about. Most of the stuff I really do on my own and I'm happy that way. I'm actually quite a shy person and I find it easier to be on my own than to be socializing. It's just a thing of, you know, if you're painfully shy, you always feel like you make a fool out of yourself when you're surrounded by people. Then you know, being alone is never really an issue. I like his style. He's very alert. Very often people in this town don't filter. I always wonder why. It's legal here, and I don't know why people don't take advantage of the best benefit of riding bikes. So yes, I asked that question, and many of you thought it was silly that I was worried I'd be on my own, and I'm not worried about that at all. It's okay, it will be okay if I'm on my own. And it will be okay if I will meet people or talk to people, of course it's okay. But, you know, I'm a 32-year-old woman, I'm a mother. I have a child waiting for me at home. I'm worried about breaking down in the middle of nowhere and being on my own. You know, if you're in a car, I'm a lot more adventurous in the car in terms of if I break down, I can just lock myself in and wait for a recovery track. We're on the bike. Hello. Oof. You're very vulnerable. Or, you know, what if I crash and end up somewhere in a ditch? You know, someone knocks me off the bike and no one knows where I am. That's scary. This is the kind of stuff I worry about. I also worry about just the deep, dark, you know, safety issue when it comes to being a woman alone in places. And this is the one that I want to fight with. This is the one that I want to say, you know what? All this bullshit with, oh, she was asking for it because she was wearing a short dress, or she shouldn't have gone traveling the world on her own. I think we should be allowed to do this without the risk of being raped or killed or taken advantage of. And I want to believe that these cases of women being, particularly women, I know it's both sexes that get sexually abused, but women seem still a lot more vulnerable. I want to believe that all these cases of rapes and other sexual assaults are rare compared to all the stories that don't really surface and get news coverage, where women do things on their own and they're safe and they're fine and they make it home in one piece. This is why not only nothing stops me from doing things on my own, I fully embrace doing things on my own. Every trip I've done on my own, I came home thinking, yeah, Ward is a really good place. People are friendly, people are helpful. Not once did I feel like I was in danger. And also there's something about traveling on your own. You know, when you're traveling with someone, you just sort of talk to each other. You don't really pay that much attention to others. Where when I travel on my own, everyone gets really chatty, whether it's passport control or, you know, a lady at a petrol station. They're all really chatty and they have things to say and they ask questions, and it's nice. I really like it. Long story short, I was supposed to be going to the Isle of Man. I booked childcare, which is something I always have to do well in advance, so I had that booked, and then it all got cancelled and I was left with no plans and quite a lot of childcare, and I thought, well, what do I do? And I went online to check the ferry tickets, and you know, 3 weeks before the TT, what do you expect? Do you expect tickets? No, you don't. And if they have any tickets, they'll be like £8,000. Well, I went online and there were tickets. So that was when I posted that thing on Facebook and Instagram saying, well, do you think it's a good idea or bad idea? But I thought, bloody hell, the tickets, they were £200, ferry tickets, return tickets with for a motorcycle on myself. That's cheap. I know it's like really when you put it into perspective it's not that cheap, but for a TT ticket 3 weeks before the event, that's cheap. So of course I bought it. Another reason for concern I had was accommodation. Now there's this Metzler camp I thought I could maybe choose as my accommodation. They basically have tents there ready, so you don't need to take a tent. I think it's £20 a day and you get free breakfast if you show up on Metzler tires. And I thought, not a bad idea. It's quite cheap, well, it's affordable, but again, I had my concerns, just, you know, sleeping on my own in a tent. You can't really lock it. And then all the stuff that I would have to pack it every day onto the bike and then carry it with me. I wanted to take cameras and film stuff for you and photograph stuff for you, and that's quite a bit of equipment, and to have to carry it around every single day. I can't really leave stuff on the bike. I was worried about charging options for the cameras. It seemed like a good idea if I just were to go there to spectate, but I want to go there and vlog the hell out of the event for you, because it's a spectacular event and I want to show you as much as possible. So I thought, okay, it's not ideal. So when I posted that thing, that question, was it a bad idea, good idea, one of my friends got in touch. And when I say friends, it's basically someone who followed me on Twitter a very long time ago. When I first started Twitter, I had like 15 followers. He followed me and I followed him back because I thought it was quite interesting. And we sort of briefly sometimes chatted. Quite a long time ago, he tweeted that his wife was diagnosed with celiac disease. My son has been gluten intolerant and he's been on a very restricted diet for a very long time, and I just basically offered my help with the diet because I know how overwhelming it is when suddenly it seems like you can't eat anything other than just plain water. So I offered like a few recipes, and basically we just sort of chatted a little bit, and we sort of became quite friendly. And I've never met him in person. So he messaged me saying, "Oh Joe, if you are coming to the TT, you have to stay with us." I was like, what? Turns out they live in Douglas, 20-minute walk from the grandstand. A walk, 20-minute walk. They have 2 beautiful children, and they had friends. They invited their friends over for the TT, but the friends cancelled last minute. So they said, oh, it would be so nice if you stayed with us, because we were prepared for company and it would be nice to have someone. It's such a generous offer. Of course I loved it. They agreed that I would make some pancakes, some gluten-free pancakes and muffins for the wife, because they won't let me pay. They just won't let me pay. I was like, well, if you let me maybe cook gluten-free for that period of time, that would be a nice way of paying you back. He said, yeah, sure. So of course I jumped on it because it means I have somewhere safe to stay. I can charge my cameras every night, leave my bike in the garage throughout the whole stay on the island, and just walk everywhere and ride if I want to, and I can, you know, unpack the bike and just have a little rucksack with me. It just makes everything so much easier. So I was discussing details of the accommodation. Another friend got in touch. This guy who lives there as well. He has a Polish wife, lovely, beautiful lady, and he invited me to join them for a Mad Sunday enduro ride. So basically they never touch the tarmac and just ride enduro bikes, and they kindly offered me a bike. All I need is my kit. Now this is a problem if you're traveling somewhere on a bike in your sports bike kit. It's not easy to transport a motocross helmet and motocross boots with you. So I thought, oh, what do I do about that? So I messaged guys from Kawasaki and asked them, so what is the lorry with bikes for James that you're leaving for the TT? They told me, well, would you mind taking the bag of my kit for me? No, not at all, sure, just drop it off, we'll take it. So So everything sort of came together in the matter of half an hour. I kid you not. I literally just look at the tickets available. That one couple got in touch regarding accommodation. The other couple got in touch regarding the Sunday ride. I got in touch with Kawasaki and just asked them about how. They were like, yeah, sure. And I bought the ticket. I bought the ticket and I'm going to the TT. Crazy stuff. So yeah, if you see this girl walking around like Belino Maze, that would probably be me.